Hello, and welcome to Lady Michael Tarot. I'm Casey of Lady Michael Tarot with a very special episode that's near and dear to my heart. And it's called the Medusa episode. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of Medusa, that Gorgon sister. Heck yeah. I even am working on a painting right now. Anybody want to buy it? Please say you'll buy it so I'll finish it. I'm broke. Also, I have received from Thorn and Moon Market, I purchased the Gorgons by Dolores Fitzgerald Tarot. How cool is this? It's black and white and red. My favorite, if you can't tell by my decor. Okay, so, and I'm also wearing this fabulous witchy scent from Thorn and Moon, and I also was hooked up by this awesome soap from Gravestone Artwear. Thank you, everybody, for hooking me up. And now to look at these Gorgon cards. Holy moly, they're so cool. Look, they're all snake-like. It's so cool. They're snakes. So if you don't know who Medusa is, okay, first of all, where have you been? You've never seen a snake-headed lady? Medusa was a beautiful goddess who took a vow of celibacy underneath Athena, and then Poseidon raped her. She went to Athena for help and to tell her what happened. Athena got real jelly and turned her skin green, gave her fangs, put some snakes on her head, okay? It's not cool. It's not a pretty story. Some people said it's because she disobeyed Athena and going too far north or wanting to be with the sun and telling her about that, and Athena got mad. Anyway, Athena, what a bitch. Not a good friend, okay? So Athena had a lot of jealousy issues anyway. All right, we won't go on to her. I want to talk about Medusa. So here's Medusa, one of three Gorgon sisters. The Gorgon sisters all were snakeheads. And immortal, except Medusa was mortal. So that's interesting. And sad because she did get beheaded by Perseus, who was trying to do a favor for some dude who wanted to marry his mother. And then he escaped with the head of Medusa and also got to ride on Pegasus because Pegasus was born out of the blood of Medusa's severed head. And the story just kind of keeps going. Zeus ended up bringing Pegasus in to drive his thunderbolts across the sky. And there was a poet, his name was Bellerophon, who kind of rode Pegasus for a while. But anyway, enough of that. Medusa. She was wronged. And I always thought that Medusa was cool because she looked really cool and really metal. But I also thought that it was unfortunate that she was given this fate when she had done nothing wrong. And also that looking into her eyes, or that she was so intense to look at that you would be turned to stone. There was just so many things about it that resonated with me as a young child, and still resonates with me about how women are unfalsely condemned, or somebody, maybe not even women, just a person being falsely condemned for something, and then given this reputation as a monster when really they have the wisdom, or they know what truly happened. And for people to see the truth sometimes does turn them to stone, or just give them a fear reaction. Also, snakes are symbolic of wisdom, and the Ouroboros, the dragon, all different kinds of symbology that we study in the occult world. However, that being said, I really like Medusa. I think that she was really brave, and it's unfortunate that she got beheaded. But, you know, if you're going to rock the snakes and the green skin and the fangs, rock the snakes, the green skin, and the fangs, okay? Also, would you rather have wisdom or beauty? It kind of goes into that conversation too. Now I'm just kind of talking out there to give you some ideas instead of doing the tarot thing. All right, let's do the tarot thing. I've stalled enough. So I'm excited to use these cards because they're so cool. This artist got her inspiration from the Mother Piece Tarot, which is also a round deck that I highly recommend, especially if you're into anything goddess oriented. Medusa is considered a dark goddess, just like Lilith or Kali, um, Persephone. All of those women who had a kind of a darker fate are considered dark goddesses, and we study them to look at the shadow side or the darker side of the feminine, essentially. So I'm going to pick 3 cards. I'm really excited. This deck is so round. You spin me rise round, baby, rise round like a reggae baby. Okay. 1, 2, 3. The cool thing about round cards too is you kind of read them differently. I didn't know this until I read the book, which is a pro tip. If you get a new deck, read the book so you can kind of see the intention for the cards. You don't have to. You can do your own chaos magic tarot business and read the cards however you want. However, I do recommend looking at the book, and I like doing it just because I'm a tarot nerd and I want to see what inspired somebody to make the deck and how they read the cards and how they came up with the interpretations. And I really like this lady's interpretation of the cards a lot. Again, it's in this box. It comes with this cool guidebook. It's a really, small guidebook. So read it. This woman seems fabulous. I want to go hang out with her in London sometimes. Okay, we've got Strength reversed. All right, so it was upside down. Again, I'm going to try to get it out of my light. Something like that. Look how cool these freaking cards are. Oh, I can't take it. We've got Strength reversed. When I see Strength reversed, I think about maybe being scared of certain things, being triggered by certain events, or having a lot of fear in your heart about what will happen. To me, I think about kind of the darker shadow side of Leo. This card represents Leo, about what is giving you anxiety. Maybe you have a lot of anxiety right now. You're being triggered. Maybe you're being triggered by something that you are consciously aware of, and maybe there's some unconscious triggers as well. If you've got that anxiety kick in, it's time to meditate. It's time to get still and to try to find the root of what's going on. The next card, we have the Chariot reversed, another reversal card, okay? So, can you see it? I gotta get a better light. The Chariot, right? Look how cool that is. Oh, I'm so freaking out about this. And she didn't even know anything about graphic design or anything. She just threw herself into this and ended up making these awesome cards, which is good inspiration for if you feel like you can't do something, you never know till you try, and just keep putting a little effort into it every day, okay? So that being said, I kind of feel like I talked about the Chariot card a little bit, where you feel like you're not going forward, which makes sense if you're feeling really anxious and triggered right now. The Chariot card is all about going forward and learning from the dualities which present themselves to give us a higher consciousness, okay? So if the Chariot card is reversed, it might mean that you're depending on kind of your autopilot or your personality a little bit too much, not kind of like your inner self or what you truly know to be real, or kind of doubting yourself, okay? I feel like these cards have a kind of some fear and some doubt in them. They are major arcana cards and they are related. You know, we just went from the 8 to the 7. So the tarot is usually a progression of the Fool, major arcana, to the World, and it kind of goes around, or you can look at it up and down on the tree of life, okay? That's a Kabbalistic approach. It's interesting to see the 7 and the 8 together because, you know, one is about enduring personality of the extremes and the other is about showing strength once presented with those extremes. So maybe right now, and the way I read inversions or reverse cards is that it's an inner process right now, and we're going through the inner process to try to get that wisdom that we need in order to move forward. So if you're feeling kind of stagnant right now, there's probably some things that you might need to meditate or look at in order to really get to know yourself. And how perfect it is. It's another reverse card, okay? It's a card day of reversals, which again, isn't bad. Sometimes it just means it's an inner process, or that we're trying to look deeper to find that meaning. And sometimes when that happens, it can be really scary. It can be uncomfortable because we have to get over a lot of ego traffic in order to find out what's really happening. So this is the Ace of Cups. Again, look how freaking beautiful these cards are. I'm freaking out. Again, thank you to Thorn and Moon Market for posting these cards so I could buy them henceforth. This card is upside down. And, you know, I do a lot of meditating on the Ace of Cups upside down. Ace of Cups is the total love card. It's totally about love and happiness and new love and new creations, okay? When it's upside down, I really do believe it's telling you to focus on finding out who the hell you are, Okay. Can I just say it to you that bluntly? That self-love is the biggest, most important thing. Self-love is the Holy Grail. Self-love is finding the divinity inside of you to connect to the divinity of what you came from, that we are all one in. Okay. So if I'm looking at this line and am I reading this tarot line, it would be, look at what's triggering you or giving you anxiety or keeping you from moving forward. Like, really take the time to find out what that is and what is keeping you from loving yourself or from knowing yourself better. For instance, are you distracting yourself with some dramatic things in your life, some criticisms, some resistance? Are you distracting yourself by focusing too much on those? Are you really internalizing that? Are you taking that so personally that you're not seeing the bigger picture, or that you're not giving grace, consideration, compassion, and love to yourself in order to release those feelings of negativity or lower vibration to move forward? Okay. A lot of this reading to me looks like you're having a hard time moving forward because you're stuck up on something that's been bothering you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We get held up sometimes. That means we have to do some more work around something. It's better to do the work around something and to just get it out of the way than to live there. Does that make sense? You don't want to sit there and dwell on it and just be more in a place of victimization. All right? Free yourself. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Where are my 90s kids at? In vogue? Anybody? Okay. And then we have the hidden card being the King of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Pentacles to me represents, is the person that represents the suit of Pentacles and is all about being grounded. And as you've seen in my videos and some of my readings before, I keep preaching this to get grounded, to hold your ground. And what that means is to be still. Being still is extremely hard because we're in a culture that praises movement and activity and productivity. And what are you doing? Let me see it. So getting to that place where you can be still, but still be active in your spiritual body, giving love to yourself, giving love to your health. Again, the Pentacles are all about health and finances in the material world, all right? But I see it more, again, because I'm on this grounding kick of getting grounded, all right? Sometimes if we get too much into our heads, into our anxiety, or we let our emotions kind of boil to a point of an anxiety explosion parade, it can be more difficult to find out what's really going on. So try to take it piece by piece. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Whenever I see the Pentacles, I've been getting also the Knight of Pentacles a lot, which means patience. Be very, very patient. We're all having to exercise patience right now at a speed that maybe we're not used to. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's a change. It's different. And to keep rolling with it slowly. Slow your roll. It's all going to work out as it's supposed to work out. Just slow your roll. Okay. Thank you so much for being a part of this exciting reading today. I love Medusa so much that I made every family member call me Medusa growing up. And they thought it was kind of weird because they asked me why I wanted to be likened to a snake-headed woman. And even at that time as a young girl, I just didn't even know. I just thought this snake-headed lady who had this horrible tragic story was really cool and I admired her. And now, look at me, I got this shirt. I'm doing the painting. Again, anybody want to buy this? And I'm reading the Medusa cards. And I'm very thankful to be here. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday and rock this new Cancer moon. Again, we just got the Chariot, so it's kind of pointing to that Cancer moon. The Chariot is Cancer, FYI. And again, Cancer moon is all about just feeling nurtured in your home, feeling close with your family, just really feeling nice and good internally and that soft squishy when you have to go out to the outside world with that shell on. So it's really about taking care of the home, taking care of your close family, friend relationships, and making sure your home feels good. All right. So enjoy the rest of the day. Much love. This has been Lady Michael Saru, Medusa.